We were last on the record, we were discussing questions concerning so proposed Exhibit 26. Ms. Todd had raised an objection to a line of questioning. I have sustained that objection and had conferred with counsel regarding redirection of questioning and limitation. There were also some administrative matters we need to attend to within Article 26 as well, which we will attend to at the conclusion of today's hearing proceeding. With that,
thank you. So, just as a matter of housekeeping, and so the record reflects this, I will be collecting the hard copies of the materials at the conclusion of deliberations, whenever that occurs, whether today or tomorrow, and then I will be sending a electronic version of our exhibits to the court reporter with some redactions. And that, I just wanted the record to reflect that in light of what we discussed. And I will move on from that line of questioning, but I will ask that, 26 will be moved in, please, but I'll be submitting a redacted version of 26 after the hearing.
Okay. And in reference to the plural of redactions, please provide counsel for Ms. Todd with a list, if you will, if there's multiple redactions, just so that
yes.
He has the opportunity to review and raise any questions with you.
It will just be one name of an individual.
Okay.
And that's it.
Very good.
Yep.
Thank you.
So I want to backtrack just briefly. I inadvertently skipped over Exhibit 13. If you could go back to that exhibit, please. It looks like this is an email from Ms. Todd to counsel Donovan and CCing Chief Walton. Are you with me?
I am on number 13, yes, sir.
Yes. You see that document?
I do.
Did you review this in the course of your investigation?
I did, yes.
And what does this document demonstrate to you, if anything, involving your investigation and what you've concluded?
This is referencing the canine and the acquisition of the dog. And she had a question, unfortunately doesn't have what the question was, but she's responding back to, it was like one of the members of the council copying the chief, deferring the answer to the question to the chief because she was not involved in this process. She goes on to say she has not seen any documentation that the town took ownership of this dog. And she talks about it not being able to be insured. And it goes on to say if there are documents as a town manager, she should have provided a copy of them. As the charter states that I am the chief administrative officer of the town, as well as I'm responsible for financial aspects of the town.
So this is Ms. Todd acknowledging that she is the person responsible as the town's chief CAO, essentially, and within that is the financial responsibilities as well.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay. I ask that this be moved in and marked as Exhibit 13.
Having objection.
Moving on to Exhibit 27. I believe that this is a document that was submitted requesting a hearing. I don't really know that I even have any questions, but as a matter of housekeeping, I think this should be admitted. So I just ask, given the fact that I don't have to really authenticate anyway, because we're not, that this just be entered, because I think it's relevant. It's the correspondence Mr. Felipe sent requesting a hearing.
Any objection?
No.
Moving on to Exhibit 28. Are you there, sir?
I am.
What is this document?
Exhibit 28 is the job description for the town manager.
So, did you review this document in the course of your investigation?
I did.
Is this one of the documents you look to when assessing standards of conduct?
I did, and I do.
Could I ask that this be moved in and marked as Exhibit 28?
I don't know where this, excuse me, I don't know where this exhibit comes from. The town charter defines the town manager's role. I'm not sure, I just don't know. Maybe it's somewhere that,
Is the statement that you're not familiar with and you've never seen this document?
well, it was part of their exhibits. My client hasn't seen this document, so I don't know where this document comes from or was developed or.
Can we have some more foundation then if you can?
Well, I mean, I'm sure Ms. Todd will be able to say whatever she wants about whether this is legitimately her job description or not, but, you know, this is a document that was reviewed, and we're talking right now about the things that the investigator relied upon in the course of conducting his investigation. It's unrefuted that he relied on it, so I think it needs to be introduced to understand the context, and I think, you know, if Ms. Todd wants to testify later about the provenance of this document, she can.
Okay.
I
I'll
mean,
overrule the objection. I understand concerns about, again, provenance and foundation, but those can be examined either on cross-examination or your cases.
Thank you, Mr. Officer. So I just, again, request that this be moved and marked as Exhibit 28.
So moved.
Moving on to Exhibit 29. You know when you're there, sir?
I am there.
And what is this document?
Exhibit 29 is a correspondence from PKS and Company, Certified Public Accountants. It is to the mayor, town manager, and council members. It's dated April 29, 2025, and it appears to be a summary and overview and their actual audit.
Of their actual work?
Of the actual audit. Year ended December 31,
Actually,
2020.
this is your version.
2020?
Yes, ma'am, 2020.
Most recent.
I think we're crowding out what the report from here. Do you have a testimony?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
So, did you review this document in the course of conducting your investigation?
Yes, I did.
And what, if any, information regarding this document did you rely upon in drawing your conclusions?
First off, it confirmed the delinquency of completing the 2020 audit, amount of time. Also, it identified several key factors that they found to be problematic and areas for opportunity for strengthening, including fund tracking, timely reconciliations, and other areas that presented challenges for them and suggestions for the future.
And so, in terms of suggestions for the future, there's a list of what I'll call titles of different sections. They say things like bank reconciliations and undeposited funds, journal entry procedures, restricted fund balance, net position, monthly financial close process, invoice document retention, documentation of accounting manual. There's a staffing issue about the accounting department, understaffed. Is your understanding in reviewing this report that these were recommendations that PKS had made involving different processes that could be adopted?
That is correct.
And who is it, to your understanding, who is responsible for addressing the financial aspects of the town and the processes the town is utilizing?
That would be the town manager.
Okay. I would ask that this be moved and marked as Exhibit 29.
Objection?
I don't have an objection.
So moved.
So that actually concludes my direct examination.
Mr. Poliquin, we are just on the cusp of noon. I am comfortable with allowing you to start your cross-examination if you'd like, or if you would prefer to have some time to consolidate, we can then use this as a bit of an early lunch period.
I mean, give me some time, I can make things go smoother too, so.
Okay. Is there any difficulty with us reconvening at 12:45 to continue?
No objection.
Okay. Unheard, we will go off the record, but I have one following question. You have,
On record?
on the record, Mr. Del Colo, do you have any expectation of how many additional witnesses you may be calling this afternoon?
I expect to be able to completely conclude my case, so, obviously the scope of the questioning was greater for the investigator, given the breadth of what he looked into, but each of the other interviews, other witnesses, Chief Walton, the acting town manager, and Ms. Chisenhall have discrete items that do not have knowledge about every single allegation. So there will be, for example, the acting would only have information about how things were when she came in.
Understood.
So it would be much more limited, given the nature of them not having a full breadth of the circumstances investigated.
Okay. Before we then break, Mr. Campanella, I will remind you that you are under oath, that you are still subject to examination, obviously cross-examination to come, so please refrain from discussing your testimony, scope of testimony, intent of testimony, or any matter that we've dealt with in this hearing with anyone. And then when we come back from the break, you will be up for cross-examination.
Yes, sir.
I would also like to note for the record, and in the abundance of thoroughness, that counsel should not confer with one another or anyone regarding anything, or have any discussions or any interactions with members of the public about these proceedings, and that it should remain that way until deliberations and concluded, given the nature of the circumstances and desire to have a fair process.
I think counsel are free to confer with their clients.
That's it. I'm going to say counsel, like town counsel,
Sure.
not legal counsel.
Yeah, yes, that's fair
The
enough.
panel, I'm just reminding the panel that they can't
Yes.
talk about this
In
stuff.
these circumstances, council members would be considered the equivalent of a jury, and so they are not to discuss what they've heard or their thoughts with anyone, obviously until proceedings are concluded, then you may confer with each other on a decision, but until then, no discussions. Does that raise any questions or issues for counsel for Ms. Todd?
No,
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
that's fine.
And with that, we will go off the record and we will reconvene at 12:45.
I'm gonna go let my dog out. He hadn't been out all morning. We go run. He let the dogs out.
Does this door lock when it shuts?
No.
That could be all. I would suggest that, I'm not sure what really came to an officer went, but rather than gathering everything up and taking it out, I think you should find the Camden officer and have him come back, because
I think.
really there should be no one in this,
I'll get somebody.
there should be no one in this room while we're not in it. Who's that? Okay, right.
Oh, I forgot to do it, sorry.